In this video, we are going to discuss about the reaction force as well as the frictional force. So at first all, we should discuss about the reaction force. So what is the reaction force? Its definition part says that it is a force that acts in the opposite direction to an action force. So in this figure, you can see this is the surface, and on the surface there is a body. Okay, so the body has the weight force known as W, and if the body has a weight force W, then there should be a reaction force is known as Rn. Okay, so every active force has a reaction force. So here we can say W is the active force, is always what? It's downwards, means weight force is always downwards. So every active force has a reactive force. So here we can say W is the active force and Rn means the normal reaction. Here we are writing R suffix n because R for the reaction, n is the normal. So we can say normal reaction. Okay, here we can write normal reaction. Okay, according to the Newton's third law, if there is a active force, there should be a reaction force. It's always opposite in direction to each other. Next is our frictional force. So what is frictional force? It is the opposing force that is created between two contact surface when the body moves due to the action force. So always remember, if there is a body, then there will be a weight force known as the W. If there is a weight force, we can say this is the action force, then there should be a reaction, it's known as the Rn. So here what is the frictional force? Friction means if there is a applied force, means here we can say this is force is known as the applied force. We can take it P. Okay, if we will pull this body forward, then there will be the resistance force will create between the two surface. Okay, so this resisting force, this is the resisting force is known as the friction force, or we can say the friction force is opposite to the applied force. So here applied force is P, is like that in this direction, and the friction force is in opposite direction. Always remember, the friction force is opposite to the applied force. This is the applied force and its opposite force is in this way. So this force is known as the friction force. Okay, its SI unit is Newton and its formula is F is equal to mu into Rn, where mu is equal to coefficient of friction and R is the normal reaction. Okay, here coming to the example part, applying brake to stop a moving vehicle. If we are driving a bike or cycle, if we need to stop this, then we should brake it. Okay, if when we are applying brake, then it will be stopped. So how it will stop? Because of the frictional force, means the rubber of the brake will push towards the moving wheel and the wheel will be stopped. Okay, walking on the road means we have the friction force, so that's why we are able to walk. Flying of aeroplanes, these are the examples of the friction force. So you should remember, friction force is a force where it is always opposite to the applied force. So this is the applied force P, so its opposite force is the frictional force, we can say. So its SI unit is Newton and its formula F is equal to mu into Rn. Okay, see you in the next video. Thank you.